Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, feeling like an invisible hand was squeezing your calf? That pain, like a steel wire tightening around your muscle, without warning. And all you can do is lie there, waiting for it to pass. Many people tell me, "Doctor, I sleep less than I'm awake because of leg cramps." And what's interesting is that quite often, the answer to this problem comes from things much simpler than we imagine. Today, I want to tell you about a group of foods I like to call the silent heroes, nuts and seeds. Maybe you've eaten them just to pass the time, or sprinkled a few almonds on a salad for decoration. But if you're over 50, these aren't just snacks. They're part of a natural therapy that helps your body fight off those nighttime cramps, improve circulation, and restore muscle strength in a lasting way. I'll never forget the story of Linda, 68 years old, living in Florida. She came to my clinic with dark circles under her eyes from countless nights of poor sleep. Leg cramps tormented her so much, she was afraid to even go to bed. She'd tried various magnesium supplements, but they upset her stomach and caused bloating. When I asked about her diet, she said, "I eat all sorts of things, but I almost never eat nuts. I'm afraid of gaining weight." So I explained, nuts like almonds, pumpkin seeds, cashews, walnuts aren't just packed with magnesium, the mineral that helps muscles relax. They're also rich in potassium, healthy fats, and antioxidants. These nutrients work together like a team of bodyguards for your muscles, keeping nerve signals smooth and ensuring blood flows easily to every fiber of muscle. The best part is that the magnesium in nuts comes in a natural, organic form that's easier to absorb than pills. And those healthy fats, omega-3s and omega-9s, act like the vehicle that delivers magnesium and potassium right where your body needs them. Think about it. Instead of swallowing a pill your body might not absorb well, why not enjoy a handful of something that's both delicious and nourishing? I had Linda start simple. About one handful a day, roughly 28 grams of almonds, pumpkin seeds, or walnuts. She liked mixing them with a few apple slices or some blueberries for her afternoon snack. The result, after just 3 weeks, her cramps had dropped by more than 70%. She told me, "Doctor, I can sleep through the night now. And in the morning my legs feel light, like they were never in pain." Now, I know some of you might be thinking, "Won't eating nuts make me gain weight?" The truth is, eaten in the right amount, they won't. In fact, the healthy fats in nuts help regulate blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and keep you feeling full longer. The key is to choose raw or dry roasted nuts, without added salt or sugar, and to enjoy them in moderation. Here's another thing. Nuts and seeds are also factories for antioxidants. As we age, our bodies become more vulnerable to free radicals, molecules that damage cells and cause inflammation. The antioxidants in nuts, like vitamin E and polyphenols, are like gatekeepers that protect your muscle cells and nerves, keeping them strong, elastic, and quick to respond. Large studies in the U.S. have shown that people over 60 who regularly eat nuts not only have fewer cramps, but also better memory, less joint inflammation, and even longer life expectancy. You see, a small change in your daily diet can have a big impact on your overall health. So how do you start? You don't need to turn every meal into a nut buffet. Start small, a handful of pumpkin seeds in the morning, a few unsalted almonds in the afternoon, or sprinkle some chia seeds into your yogurt. Make them a natural part of your routine. No forcing, no pressure. I want you to picture this. Every time you eat a handful of nuts, you're giving your body a gift. The gift of flexibility, of peaceful sleep, and of steady, confident steps in the morning. And if you're listening to me now wondering, should I give this a try? My answer is yes. Try it. Your body will give you the answer. We can't stop time from moving forward, but we can choose how we live, so that every year is still full of vitality and strength. And sometimes, that choice begins with a small handful of nuts resting in the palm of your hand. If nuts and seeds are like a steady army quietly nourishing your muscles day after day, then bananas are the quick rescue team that shows up whenever your muscles cry out in protest. I still remember Mr. Robert, 72 years old, once an avid hiker, but in recent years, whenever he walked a long distance, his calves would cramp so badly he had to stop. He thought it was just age, that my legs are too weak now, and eventually gave up his walking routine. When he came to see me, he said, "Doctor, I drink plenty of water, but why do I still keep getting cramps?" I asked him, "Have you paid attention to whether you're eating enough potassium-rich foods?" He paused for a moment, then shook his head. I can't even remember the last time I had a banana. Bananas are not just a convenient fruit you can toss into your bag. They're an excellent natural source of potassium, the mineral that keeps your muscle fibers contracting and relaxing smoothly, and maintains steady nerve signals, and prevents those unwanted muscle rebellions we call cramps. A medium banana contains about 420 milliliters of potassium, roughly 12% of your daily needs. And the great thing is, potassium from bananas is easily absorbed, without putting strain on a digestive system that often becomes more sensitive after 50. But it's not just potassium. Bananas also contain magnesium, the inseparable partner that helps muscles truly relax. When combined with the magnesium from nuts and seeds, the anti-cramp effect can nearly double. I often tell my patients, potassium is the on switch that lets muscles work, while magnesium is the off switch that allows them to rest. Both need to be in balance for the body to run smoothly. So I suggested a simple habit for Mr. Robert. Eat one banana about 1 to 2 hours before his walks. And if he wanted to sleep better, have half a banana with a glass of warm water in the evening. After just 2 weeks, he returned to my clinic smiling. Doctor, I've walked 5 kilometers without a single cramp. And at night, I sleep straight through without waking up from calf pain. Many people avoid bananas because they think too sweet. It'll spike my blood sugar. But eaten the right way, for example, paired with fiber or protein-rich foods like unsweetened yogurt or a handful of nuts, the sugars absorb more slowly, preventing sudden spikes. The key is to make them part of a balanced meal, not to overeat them outside of your body's needs. Just imagine one golden, perfectly ripe banana, sweet, soft, and smooth, could be the bridge that helps your muscle cells talk to each other more clearly. So every step you take feels lighter and steadier. I often remind my patients, don't wait for your body to speak up with pain before you start caring for it. Nurture it every day, with simple things like a handful of nuts or a single banana. And important to remember, if bananas are the traveling companion that bring energy and minerals to every muscle fiber, then eggs are like the healing home that helps your muscles recover, your nerves relax, and your body stand stronger with each passing day. I have a patient named Helen, 68 years old, living alone in the suburbs of Texas. She often suffered from nighttime leg cramps, especially in her calves, so severe that she would have to jump out of bed and massage them in the dark. She told me, Doctor, I dread the night. Every time it happens, I'm in pain, I'm worried, and I can't fall back asleep. When I reviewed her diet, I realized she was missing 2 important things: high-quality protein and vitamin B12, 2 key factors that keep the muscles and nerves working in harmony. And the surprisingly simple answer was eggs. A single egg contains all the essential amino acids, the building blocks your body needs to repair and rebuild muscle fibers. After the age of 50, muscle loss accelerates, a condition known as sarcopenia. Without enough protein, muscles grow weaker, tire more easily, and are prone to tightening. Eggs provide easily digestible protein that doesn't feel heavy on the stomach, perfect for a digestive system that tends to be more particular at this age. But that's not all. Egg yolks also contain vitamin D, a nutrient that allows calcium and magnesium to work to their fullest, enabling natural muscle contraction and relaxation, while reducing faulty nerve signals that trigger cramps. And then there's vitamin B12, the gatekeeper for nerve health, ensuring that electrical signals travel smoothly and don't cause abnormal spasms. Older adults are particularly prone to B12 deficiency due to decreased absorption, and eggs are a natural, well-tolerated source and that the body absorbs easily. I suggested that Helen start each morning with a boiled egg or a slice of whole grain toast topped with a fried egg, along with some leafy greens. At first she hesitated because she had heard, too many eggs will raise cholesterol. But I explained that for most healthy older adults, eating 5-7 eggs a week is perfectly safe, and far better than processed meats like sausages or deli cuts. 3 weeks later, she came back with a bright smile. Doctor, I sleep straight through the night now. No more being jolted awake by cramps. And during the day, I feel stronger and quicker on my feet. You see, sometimes the solution doesn't come from something complicated or expensive, but from the simple everyday foods already sitting in your own kitchen. One egg, eaten the right way, can nourish your muscles and also bring you the gift of peaceful sleep. I want you to picture this. You're getting ready for bed after a long day. Your body feels tired and all you want is a deep, peaceful sleep. But in the middle of the night, your calf tightens, the pain sharp and relentless, like someone is squeezing it from the inside. You toss and turn, wondering, why is this happening? I've been eating carefully. In many cases, the cause isn't just about diet or lack of exercise. Sometimes, it's the very medications you take every day. One of my patients, Helen, 68 years old, had suffered from leg cramps for 5 years. She tried magnesium supplements, drank more water, even stretched every night, but the pain kept coming back. It wasn't until we reviewed her medication list that we discovered she was taking a diuretic to control her blood pressure, a drug that was silently flushing potassium and magnesium out of her body every single day. Without these minerals, her muscles were constantly sending out distress signals in the form of cramps. Here's what many people don't realize. Diuretics, statins for lowering cholesterol, and certain medications for acid reflux can all disrupt mineral balance or affect nerve muscle function. Even supplements, if taken incorrectly, can create imbalances between nutrients. Now, I'm not saying you should stop your medications. Absolutely not. But you do need to have an open conversation with your doctor about every single thing you're taking, including over-the-counter drugs and supplements. Ask, could this medication be causing my cramps? If so, is there a way to replenish what's lost or to adjust the dosage safely? For Helen, simply switching to a blood pressure medication that didn't deplete minerals as much, and adding 1 extra serving of magnesium-rich foods each day completely eliminated her cramps in just 1 month. Her sleep returned, and she told me, "Doctor, I never knew I didn't have to suffer all those years. Remember, your body is trying to send you a message. A cramp might just be a gentle knock on the door, telling you something needs to change, and sometimes the answer is sitting right there shoved in your medicine cabinet." There's something I always tell my patients. Your muscles are like loyal companions. If you ignore them all day, they'll find a way to complain at night. Nighttime leg cramps often happen when muscles have been asleep after a day of almost no movement. Many people think their fatigue comes from age, so they spend most of the day sitting in a chair, watching TV, or reading the newspaper. But that lack of movement slows down blood circulation, shortens the muscles, and makes them more sensitive to any small trigger. And then the cramp strikes, almost like a defensive reaction. I remember John, 72 years old, who told me he was getting calf cramps every single night. When I asked about his daily routine, I discovered he hardly walked at all, just stepping outside to get the mail and water the plants for a few minutes. I suggested something very simple. Before bed, spend 5 to 10 minutes doing light stretches for his legs, or take a slow walk around the house. The results were remarkable. In just 2 weeks, the number of cramps he experienced was cut in half. More importantly, his sleep became deeper, and in the mornings his legs felt lighter and less stiff. You don't need to do heavy workouts or run long distances. Even small movements help, like rotating your ankles 10 to 15 times on each side. Stretching your calves by placing your hands on a wall, stepping one leg back and holding for 20 abby-dandies 30 seconds. Walking slowly around the room or the house. These small actions don't just improve blood flow, they signal to your muscles, we're still being used, we still need to stay strong. And when you finally get into bed, your muscles are more obedient, less likely to tighten up unexpectedly. I often tell my patients, treat your body like a garden. If you want it to stay green and healthy, you have to water it every day. You can't let it dry out and only then start caring for it. Light movement before bed is like watering your muscles, keeping them calm and comfortable all through the night. There's a truth I've seen in so many older patients. They believe that poor sleep, waking up often, tossing and turning, or only getting a few hours, is just normal with age. But what most don't realize is that poor quality sleep can silently make a nighttime leg cramps far worse. When you sleep deeply, your body enters a restorative phase. Your muscles relax, blood flows more freely, and minerals like magnesium and potassium are delivered fully to every muscle fiber. But if you only sleep 3 or 4 hours or wake up repeatedly, that restoration process gets interrupted. The result? Your muscles are left thirsty for nutrients, and even the smallest trigger can cause them to seize up painfully. I remember Mary, 68 years old, who came to see me with dark circles under her eyes and aching legs. She told me that every night she'd wake up from leg cramps, unable to fall back asleep. And when I looked deeper, I realized her problem wasn't just diet, it was her sleep habits. She stayed up late watching TV, drank coffee in the afternoon, and slept in a room lit by streetlights streaming through the window. We made a few simple changes together. Keeping a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. turning off all electronics at least 1 hour before bedtime, drinking a cup of warm water or a mild herbal tea like chamomile, keeping her bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. The results were amazing. After 3 weeks, Mary was sleeping more deeply, and her nighttime cramps had decreased significantly. She told me, "Doctor, I can't remember the last time I slept 6 hours straight. I feel like I'm 10 years younger." Getting enough sleep isn't just about feeling alert the next day. For those over 50, it's like a free medicine that keeps muscles healthy, prevents cramps, boosts memory, and can even extend lifespan. Think about it. If your muscles are well rested and fully recharge every night, then every step you take the next morning will feel lighter, more confident, and less haunted by the fear of pain striking again. Sleep is the time your body heals itself. Don't let it be stolen by bad habits or neglect. I want you to imagine this. Our bodies are like a garden. If the soil is dry, the plants wilt. If water is scarce, the flowers won't bloom. And if the minerals in the soil are washed away, then no matter how much you water it, the plants will still grow weak. Our bodies work the same way. Many of my patients tell me, "Doctor, I drink water all day, but I still get muscle cramps." And when I ask a little deeper, I realize they're only drinking plain water without replenishing the essential minerals their bodies need. It's like watering your plants with rainwater, but forgetting to add fertilizer. The plants are still starved of nutrients. After age 50, we lose water and minerals faster, partly because we don't feel as thirsty, partly because of diuretics, and partly because our kidneys' ability to retain salts declines. The result: sodium, potassium, and magnesium levels slip out of balance, and cramps arrive as your body's way of sounding the alarm. My advice is simple. Drink water steadily throughout the day, but now and then swap it for natural mineral water, or plain water mixed with a pinch of Himalayan pink salt, and a few drops of fresh lemon. It's a simple way to hydrate while also replenishing minerals and keeping your muscles and nerves working smoothly. One of my patients, a 68-year-old woman, used to have cramps almost every night. After adding this mineral water in the afternoon and a small glass before bed, within just 5 days she slept through the night, no more waking up with stabbing pain in her calves. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but sometimes it's the simplest things that carry the greatest power. Try it today. Your body will thank you tomorrow morning. Did you know that just a handful of almonds a day can completely change the quality of your sleep? I've met so many patients in their 50s and 60s who take all kinds of supplements, yet still suffer from muscle cramps and restless nights. And when I ask, "When was the last time you had almonds?" most of them laugh and say, "It's been ages, doctor. I only eat them at parties." Almonds are one of the golden foods for your muscles and sleep because they contain magnesium and potassium in organic forms, types your body can easily absorb and use. On top of that, almonds are rich in healthy fats, like little delivery vehicles that transport minerals right to where your body needs them most. I often guide my patients to choose organic almonds with the skin on and soak them in water for about 12 hours before eating. This removes digestive inhibitors and wakes up the minerals. Then, have about 30 grams in the morning or mid-afternoon, ideally paired with a vitamin C-rich fruit like kiwi or strawberries to boost absorption. One important note: avoid sliced or ground almonds and don't eat them with milk, as dairy can reduce mineral absorption from almonds. I remember Ellen, 65, who used to get leg cramps almost every night. After adopting this almond habit, she returned just a month later with a bright smile. "Doctor, I sleep through the night now, and when I wake up my body feels light as air. My digestion is better, and my blood pressure is more stable. Sometimes just a handful of almonds a day can give you deeper sleep and steadier legs than you ever imagined. But I know there will be times when a muscle cramp strikes in the middle of the night. And in that moment, you can't wait for magnesium or potassium to kick in. You need relief right away. When the pain hits, place your foot on a cold floor, stand up, and walk slowly. This helps to wake up blood circulation. Then drink an emergency shot. Warm water mixed with a teaspoon of rosemary honey, a pinch of Himalayan pink salt, and a few drops of fresh lemon juice. This combination helps replenish minerals and relax the muscles within minutes. At the same time, you can massage the Zusanli acupoint about 4 finger widths below the knee on the outer side, and the point in the middle of the calf. These help wake up the fibers that are locked in spasm. If possible, apply an alternating hot-cold therapy. Cold compress for 1 minute, then warm compress for 1-2 minutes, repeating 2-3 times. I also highly recommend massaging with magnesium oil, combined with a few drops of wintergreen and lavender essential oils. This not only eases the spasm, but also soothes the nerves. Once the cramp has passed, don't lie down and go straight back to sleep. Instead, walk gently for a few minutes, drink a glass of water with dissolved magnesium powder, and apply green clay to the area for about 20 minutes to draw out excess acids from the muscles. I've seen this method help many patients not only stop the pain quickly, but also prevent cramps from returning later that same night. Most importantly, it allows you to drift back to sleep feeling safe and at ease. And if you're watching this video and see yourself in the things I've shared, leave me a comment. I'm ready to take better care of myself. Because sometimes simply writing it down is already a step forward. Don't forget to share this video with a friend your age, someone going through the same challenges. Who knows? Today you might not only be taking care of yourself, but also planting a seed of hope for someone else. And in the next part, we'll talk about a food that might seem very familiar, but plays a special role in preventing cramps and nourishing the nervous system as we age. I'll share with you why bananas aren't just a quick, convenient breakfast, but also a nighttime boost for your muscles. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next part.